Well, to shed more light on this, we have the pleasure to have this phono with our dear guest, Dr. Yomn Hamaky, Professor of Economic Science, Shams University. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, Dr. Hamaky, now Egypt, UN launched the partnership week between Egypt and the United Nations for the signing of the United Nations Sustainable Development Cooperation 2023-2027. So could you give us an idea about this, please?
Actually, Egypt is having quite good cooperation between Egypt and the United Nations, and actually United Nations is working to implement SDGs, or the Sustainable Development Goals, and supporting actually developing countries towards achieving such goals. And I believe that this kind of monitoring about what happened specifically in some governorate in Upper Egypt, we all know that Upper Egypt can be considered as a most important governorate in which we have a rate of poverty, high rate of poverty, and from here it comes the importance of having a system of monitoring and evaluation, and to address the question to how extent such foreign aid from United Nations have achieved their goals in implementation. So having these visits in order to monitor the impact of such support and soft loans or types of finance, as well as knowing what are the obstacles that may prevent achieving such goals, and to what extent we need to address the requirements in order to activate and rationalize using of this aid. So I believe this is quite important with United Nations, not only with United Nations, but this application and exercise should be done with all donors in order to monitor to how extent Egypt is benefiting from such assistance.
Yes, so Dr. Hamaky, what is the most important field visits during the week of partnership with the United Nations? What are the activities during this week and the schedule that is going to follow?
Actually, the activities is to monitor to how extent, number one, these assistants are fulfilling their goals regarding the challenges confronting these areas. For example, what are the obstacles regarding human capital, health services, and educational services, to how extent such assistance can help to improve human capital. We all know quite well that human capital can be considered as very important to achieve economic empowerment of poor people and to enable them to have a better opportunity of job, and then to improve the standard of living. So this is from one perspective. From another, the activities done in order to address climate change regarding recycling, how to use resources efficiently, and all the activities that have been done. What about the cost effectiveness of doing such activities? To how extent people have benefited from that? And another dimension which is quite important is to take into consideration the gender perspective, which means that to how extent women are benefiting from such activities. We all know that we have the phenomena of feminization of poverty. Women are suffering more from poverty, specifically in Upper Egypt, and empowering them may present a very important goal so that we can address poverty. And we have actually a very ambitious program, Takaful and Karama. This is done by the Minister of Solidarity. So to how extent another dimension, the projects of United Nations can cooperate and harmonize with Takaful Karama, with decent life, such important initiative nowadays existing in Egypt. So I believe that this type of institutional capacity building required in order to improve the efficacy of these assistance can play a significant role. I believe that these visits are quite important, but more important from that is lessons learned, to how extent we can have these results and try to address obstacles and challenges in order to have a better performance and to achieve better results from such assistance.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time. Thank you for your valuable information. Dr. Yomn Hamaky, Professor of Economics, Ain Shams University. Ladies and gentlemen,